So how you doing? Don't you love it how you you clean up one mess just to make another? So Joey and Muffler came up today and we went to town on the shop. So I'm going to kind of show you here because there's been some changes. There was 3 of us in here working, so you're going to see a difference. That and I'm going to give you some updates on the event. I figured out how we're going to do the top 10 list. This has been something I've been pondering on for a while, and the event's coming up soon here in the end of July, last weekend of July, and I wanted to get this sorted out. So we got her sorted out, and I'm going to kind of give you an update on that. But if you're interested in attending an event, don't forget to send me an email at homelightsmitty@gmail.com. And then we'll go ahead and talk it through and get you all the details. Now, let me show you the shop, show you what we're working on here and what's going on. It is thundering out here, so hopefully I don't get rained on. Oop, here they come. Let me turn this around and give you a quick view here. So there's what she looks like, and the rain's starting to fall. As you can see, we're gonna start closing in the front. You can see here where I milled the lumber. We're gonna do a board and batten across the whole front here. And then this is going to be our doorway. So that should give you a really good idea of what we're doing on here. Now I'm going to move out of the rain. There we go. Now we got some light. Joey moved my light switches for me, so now my light switches are right here. I don't have to walk across the room. They're right by the door. But yes, you guys are probably noticing the big hole in the wall. That's right. We got her opened up. We're going to have another door over there. Definitely some changes here. And during the event, it should make it really easy. You know what I mean? You can come through one end and straight out the other. And of course, it's raining on me right now. We got shelter just in case it rains. Now, I really want to show you this. This is going to be the top 10 list. Right here. What do you think? Let me step over here and kind of show you my idea. If you look real close, you'll see the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are magnets, okay? That's all that is a magnet. I'm going to put a piece of tape over it so you can write your name on there. I'm setting this up this way, just to be clear, I am setting this up this way so that you can do all the work here without worrying about me getting busy into something else or whatever. You can race whenever you feel like, and you can keep this updated whenever you feel like. So if you're at the number 6 slot and you're racing the person in the number 5 slot, if you beat them, you just switch places. If you lose, nothing changes, but you got to defend yourself against the number 7 guy, and if he could potentially knock you out, making you move down to number 7 and stuff. And that's kind of how this is going to work. Now this whole thing will rotate too. See that? Whole thing will rotate. Now if you're curious, this is a saw blade. This is a saw blade from a road saw. This is what they use to cut concrete and pavement and such. So I had it in my truck. I got it for making knife blades. But I thought, you know what? This would be a really cool setup for making the top 10 list. And there's enough slots here that I could put 60 names on this, and we could actually go from 1 all the way to 60. Now, I don't think we're even going to have 15 or 20 names on this total from racing, but I think this is going to work out great so that people can kind of work the list. And as they win or lose or whatever, they can kind of move their names around. And then by the end of the weekend, we should have the top 10 names, the top 10 people who consistently won race after race after race. You get to pick what saw you're running. So you can have one race on ported saws, and the next race could be on stock saws. There's no classes, no nothing. It's up to you and the other person to decide what saws you're going to race, if you're going to run round chains or square chains. Do you want to have the saw running on the ground and start and go? Do you want to be able to hold the saw over the wood and go? Do you want to do it in one cut? Or do you want to do a down cut and up cut? There's a lot of different things there, and it's up to you guys to decide how each race is going to be. Most people are probably going to do just standing over the wood, down and up. That's probably going to be the most common, but it's up to you how you want to do it. You can even set it up to where you got to start the saw, then make the cuts. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff there. And every race is up to you for you guys to negotiate and decide on. You might do it one way another race, and this way this race, and another way this race, you know. It's just, this only works by having you consistently win. If you consistently lose your race, you're going to move down the list. If you win, then you move up. You know, it's as simple as that. Now, you're welcome to borrow a saw. You know, I got saws. Other guys here are going to have saws. So, you can negotiate to, or you can talk to people, run their saws, and kind of make arrangements to borrow their saws to make races. You know, you don't have to run your saw. You can borrow stuff. All you got to do is talk to the owner of the saw and, you know, get them to loan you the saw for the race. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So, you know what I mean? This is something I've been thinking about for a while. I really wanted to try to do, and I think it should be a lot of fun. I'm way more excited now that the work's actually starting. Leading up to it, I was kind of sketchy, I guess you could say. But now, I'm actually excited that it's underway. Now, I've ordered some parts, so the Donmar piston is on the way. There's a few other things coming. There's a carburetor coming, and you know, I ordered a few parts. I needed an air filter, a couple of random things. I actually got an airline ran to the outside of the building, so during the event, we're going to be able to set you up with an airline outside that you can blow your saws off before you load them up in your vehicles. So there will be air available for anybody who wishes to blow their saws off. Hey, I thought I'd show you this little update on the building. I didn't take any footage of the work actually happening. It was one of those days where you work for 15 minutes and then you kind of hang out and talk, and work for 15 minutes and hang out and talk, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, that's kind of what it's like working with friends. Now, I do have a friend here. I got a new friend in the building because I've been leaving that window open. I got a new friend in the building. Let me show you. So here's my electrical panel, and there's a box on it with Romex connectors or whatever. And guess what happened? Because I left the window open. We ended up getting, whoop, there she just went out the window. But yeah, we got a new friend in there, and she's sitting on some eggs. So, yeah, I got her sorted out on the top 10 list. I'm quite pleased with the way this is going to work out. I think this is going to be an exciting event, and I think it's just going to get better and better every year. You know what I mean? I'm very excited as to where this is going. Last year we were naming it something else. We changed the name, ran into a little bit of a trademark issue, so from now on it's going to be known as Saw Camp. But if you talk to anybody, they typically say, I'm going to Smitty's. But technically, yes, I'm calling this Saw Camp because you're going to be able to show up and camp out for the weekend. You know, play with your saws and all sorts of stuff. Hopefully, we can get this moving well enough that I can just bring in a triaxle load of wood and we can just set it up for cookie work. You know, then we'll have a huge supply of logs for doing cookies year after year after year. And I'll just bring them in by the triaxle loads, you know what I mean? But it takes money to do stuff like that. And right now, I'm doing everything through donations. So the wood we're cutting on right now was given to me. If I wouldn't have had that wood given to me, I would have had to spend probably between $700 and $800 to get a triaxle load of logs in for us to, you know, cut cookies on. And right now I'm depending on the donations to help cover costs of stuff. So don't be surprised if I start saying, hey, can you do like a $10 fee or something in the future. Probably next year, I'll probably say do something like that, like a $10 admission fee or something. Just stuff that'll help recuperate costs. You know what I mean? This is to help me do things the way I want to do them. I don't want to have to charge fee for food and all sorts of stuff. So it'll probably be like a one single fee for the weekend. Like it might even be higher than 10 just to cover the food. I mean, I'm already, I don't know. I know I'm a couple of hundred into the food already. Well, let me think here. There's a couple of us doing the food. So all together, we're kind of like covering the cost. I bet you we're every bit of 400 into the food costs already, if not more. And if you think about that with, ordering a triaxle load of logs to cut cookies on, now that load of logs might last 2 years. So, you know what I mean? It might last 3 years. We'll just leave it sit here until all the cookies are done or the whole load's cut up, you know what I mean? But don't be surprised if in the future we start asking for some sort of a fee or whatever to attend the event. And the more I'm thinking about it, it's probably going to end up being like a $20, $25 fee to help cover the food and the cost of the wood and everything. I'm not looking to make a bunch of money out of it. I'm just looking to help recoup the cost. You know what I mean? So if we have 20 people show up, what's the cost to feed 20 people for a Friday night, Saturday breakfast, Saturday lunch? Saturday evening will always be like a pass the hat type of deal. I only ever plan on doing those 3 meals: a Friday night, a Saturday morning, and Saturday lunch. So Saturday evening, it'll be whoever's here will kind of pitch in, probably do like a pizza deal or something, go pick up a bunch of pizza or something. But you know what I mean? It takes money, and I'd hate to say that eventually I probably will have to charge something, you know what I mean? Right now I'm going to try for $10, but this is going to start next year. This year here is totally for free. You got some donation jars, the wood was free. All of us guys are kind of pitching in to help keep this thing going and everything. So, you know what I mean? This year, there's not going to be a fee. It's just in the future, don't be surprised if there is. I'm going to try to do it for 10, but don't be surprised if it has to go a little higher. All right? I apologize for that part, but I think it's going to end up being necessary because of, the cost that will be associated with having this event. I mean, we're going to have it set up to where you can camp out and all sorts of stuff. We're putting in the work and the opportunity for people to come and enjoy it. So I'm hoping people actually seize the opportunity to come and enjoy it. Otherwise, why do we do this stuff with our saws? Why are there so many people, doing this and collecting saws and stuff? You know what I mean? Why else do it if not to share it? You share your stuff, you share your hobbies with people is where it really, it's where you enjoy it the most, is by sharing it with other people. So that's what this event here is going to be all about. It's sharing the experience of the saws, the saw work and the saw community and everything. But hey, I hope you enjoyed this one. I know a little bit of a rambling going on here. So we'll catch you on the next one. Later.